How's it going, everybody? They call me the Toaster, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a secret staircase by placing a hidden item inside of the hopper. So let's get right into today's tutorial. Here we have just this regular wall with a hopper down here on the side. And no matter what I put inside of this hopper, nothing is going to happen, except if I put the secret item, which in this case is a stick. Then it's going to open up this secret staircase where you can go down and keep your hose all chained up. Over here, if you flick this lever, this is going to close the door behind you, and it's also going to lock it. So if somebody else puts a stick inside of that hopper, this door will not open. And then of course down here, we have this little area where you can, get out of here, cow, where you can just collect the items that you're using as your key so that you don't always have to lose them. Once you're done, you come back here, you flick this lever to come back upstairs, and on top of the hopper, there is a little button that will close the door. Clicking this button doesn't open this door again. Actually, you can click this button as many times as you want. This will never open. It'll only open if you put the secret item in, which in this case is a stick, and that will give you access to this nice secret underground base. The redstone for this project is, I would say, a medium level of difficulty, but we're going to break it down into sections. So first over here we have the pistons that plug the hole with the block so that it looks like a normal wall. Over here we have this switch over here which keeps the door open. And down here we have the hopper system, which filters out anything other than sticks or whatever our key item is. This build is only 6 blocks deep. It is 9 blocks long, and from the ground level it goes down 3 blocks and it also goes up 3 blocks. So technically it is 6 blocks tall. So let's get right into the build tutorial. I'm going to do this completely in survival. Here's the full materials list. You're going to need 6 sticky pistons, 2 regular pistons, 1 comparator, 5 repeaters, 26 redstone dust, a block of redstone, 1 redstone torch, 1 lever, 1 stone button, about a stack of building blocks. I'm going to use stone bricks, 3 hoppers, 3 stairs, and you're going to need 45 of the key item. The key item can be any item that stacks in an inventory. For example, 64 sticks, or you could even use stuff that stacks up to 16 like ender pearls. You can't use anything that is just one item by itself and that can't be stacked. So in this case, I'm going to be using the sticks. So you're going to need 45 of them for the system to work. And then I'm just going to have 3 keys here. So the first thing we're going to do is build the wall. So first I'm going to place down 3 blocks, then I'm going to skip 1, and I'm going to place down 4 more. So this gap right here is where the staircase is going to be. So I'm going to place down a stair in here right away. Next we need to place the sticky pistons. So we're going to place 2 1 block away from the stairs, and then in front of them we are going to place the stone bricks. This is so that when the pistons are activated, they push it and they go flush with the wall. Now we're going to place down the last 4 sticky pistons. So what you're going to do is you're going to place them pointing towards the other sticky pistons, but leaving 1 gap. This is so that when the pistons are extended, they actually pull the block away, revealing the staircase. We're going to wire this up by placing down 2 blocks behind the bottom sticky pistons and placing redstone on top of that. We're also going to place a redstone on top of this first piston over here. And on the last one, we're going to place another block on top with a redstone like that. So now if you activate the redstone, it should trigger all 4 pistons and it should clear them out of the way. Next, what we're going to do is build a little hallway here. So this is where we're going to be. And what we're going to do is we're going to connect the top over here. So this 1 block with the redstone on it, we're going to go out by 2. We're going to place down 1 of the repeaters, and then we're going to place down a redstone behind it and redstone like this. So it's very important that the repeater is pointing towards all of the sticky pistons and not towards the rest of the build. So now if we flick this lever over here, you'll see that it's almost working, but the bottom one is not extending. So what we do is we have to power this bottom piston, which is this one right over here. And the way we're going to do that is by running redstone dust into the block right next to it. So what you're going to do is place redstone down in an L shape like this, And then you're going to place a stone brick here in this corner, and then a stone brick above this one. And what should happen is that when you connect the redstone line, now it's going to be fixed. So now if we flick this lever, we'll see that it doesn't work. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase the repeater to 3. And now when we flick this lever, the system will be closed. And when we flick it again, you'll see that it opens it up. So I'm going to place down the rest of the stairs here, just so that it's more obvious what it's supposed to look like. And we're going to go just like that. So again, when I flick this lever, you'll see that it comes in and it covers the stairs. It goes flush with the wall. And then when I flick the lever again, it opens it up and we are clear to go downstairs. So that's the first part of it done. You need to make sure that your door is working before you move on to the next steps. Next thing we're going to do is the hopper system, where we can filter out anything except for the key item that we want. So for this, we're just going to clear out a little area. So after the 4 blocks over here, you're going to want to dig down by 2 and kind of just clear this out a couple of blocks going backwards. And be sure to have a way inside and outside of it. So the hopper placement is very important. So next to the 4 blocks over here, what we're going to do is we're going to place down 2 hoppers on top of each other. I'm holding sneak so that I can do that. And you'll see that the hopper needs to come onto the floor level of where the wall is. Next, we're going to come down here and we're going to put the comparator pointing away from the second hopper. And actually, we're going to break the second hopper. And you need to make sure that you are crouching so you can point it towards the comparator. This step is really important. You see how this hopper is like going straight down, and this one it's kind of going to the side. It's very important that you do it exactly like this. And now under that hopper, you're going to place the third and final hopper. It doesn't matter which direction it's facing. The comparator is going to be facing into a redstone that's going to be placed in an L like this. So 1 going out and then 2 on the left. You're going to break out this block here so you can place a repeater. And you're going to break out this block so you can place the redstone torch, just like this. Next, what you're going to do is go to the second hopper, the one that is pointing into the comparator. And you're going to place 1 stick in 4 of the slots and 41 sticks into the rest of it. So you'll see this system right now, this bottom hopper, it doesn't have anything inside of it. If I put another stick inside of this hopper, it's going to get funneled out. So you see it has 41, but if I put another stick in, it's just going to keep going down, and all those sticks are going to collect it into the bottom hopper here, which is where you can pick them up later. So let's test this to make sure that it works. So if I put any item inside of the hopper at the top, you'll see that nothing happens. But if I put 1 stick inside of it, we'll have to check that it goes all the way down into the bottom hopper. Yep, and here it is. This middle hopper still looks good. And that's it for the hopper system. So make sure that this part is working before you move on to the third and final part, which is the switch. For the last part of the switch, what you're going to do is come back to this comparator with the redstone coming out of it. And what you're going to do is place a repeater over here off of the last one. And the repeater is going to be going into a block with a redstone dust on top of it. And then to the left of that, you're going to place one of the regular pistons with a redstone block on top. So just to show you what it looks like, outside of the comparator, we have the redstone going like an L, which leads into a repeater, which is pointing into a block with some redstone on it, with a regular piston and a redstone block on top. So now what will happen if you put a stick inside of the system? You'll see that that piston actually pushes the redstone block up. And what we want to do is push it back down later. So I'm going to place kind of a pillar of blocks. Actually, I need to go higher than this. Just like this. So that I can place the other piston facing downwards into this block. Because then what I want to happen is I want this redstone block to go back down at a later time. So next to the redstone block, you're going to place a repeater and you're going to place a redstone dust. So you'll see that this actually closes the door. And I'm going to fill in this wall a little bit more just so that it's kind of more clear what it looks like. So you'll see that now this wall is closed because that redstone block is in that position. But what happens is when you put a stick inside, it's going to push that block away and it's going to open that door. So now if I want to be able to close this door, I have to push that redstone block back down. So the way I'm going to do that is by placing 2 blocks behind the hopper with a stone button on the top one. And then I'm going to place blocks all behind it leading up into the piston, because I'm going to put redstone down just like this. So now when I click the button, you'll see that it pushes it back down and the door stays closed. But you see, pushing this button, it just pushes that redstone block down always, so it'll never open up the door again. Finishing touch on this build is to have the lever that you can close the door behind you when you go downstairs. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up this door by placing the stick in there. And you'll see that all I need to do is I need to power this redstone right over here. So if I'm down here, I guess what I could do is place a lever right here, because this will power the redstone, which is going to close the door behind us. So now when you unflick the lever, you're going to have the door open and you'll be able to get out, and you click that button just to close it in. And of course you could just close up the wall around you, and you could even make it 3 tall if you want. And that's it for the build. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider leaving me a like and leaving me a comment. Tell me what you think about it. And of course, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Alright, have an awesome day. Toaster out.